It's the Eastern Conference on display, featuring the Boston Celtics. I'm Kevin Harlan. We've got an action-packed Saturday night of NBA action for you. Thanks for joining us. Here with me tonight, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. With that road trip behind them, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. It's been a tremendous beginning to the new season. They are now 5-1.
And guys, you know, no matter what happens today, I bet they'll be happy to have this game behind them because it's the third one they've played in the past 4 days, and they've got to be ready for a breather.
And that's the hard part of a game like this, Clark. You're right. I mean, making sure your focus is on winning this game, not just getting through it. Very easy to have a letdown when you're fatigued.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. We've got Johnson. Avery Bradley is out there with Isaiah Thomas, and it's Keller in at the center. And Thomas, here we go. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bradley, and the rejection by Smith. Irving with the ball. Now Thomas defending. First quarter, just over a minute played. The tray, and another three for Cleveland.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
Here are the Celtics with the ball. 4-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And they were really out-rebounded in that game, put them at a huge disadvantage.
Well, you get clobbered on the glass, it's always going to put you at a disadvantage, Steve. I mean, they needed to do a much better job of establishing position inside and then going after the ball. You can't just box out and have position. Go get the orange.
And so here's Cleveland. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. Outside Bradley. Passes it to Flores. Back to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Boston. Flores, the pass to Keller, and he lays it straight in.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Cleveland's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's the waiter. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Celtics trail by 4. Thomas passes to Keller. Bradley dishes to Thomas. Five on the clock. From deep. Rebound by Smith. Cleveland leading by 4. Here's the waiter. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And it's 8 points for the waiter.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk to Jeff Hornacek.
Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do it.
Thank you, Doris. The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game right now. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Celtics making a switch here. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to Philadelphia.
Yeah, it seemed to me their three-point shooting was their own worst enemy in that game, Clark. I mean, even their wide-open looks weren't falling.
Yeah, and I'm sure when they think back on that game, Steve, their main regret is going to be that they didn't get away from the three-point shot early on. They kept going to it.
Bradley can't get it to go. Oh, boy, it looks like he was injured there.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out, and we'll find out now how bad it is. He may be done for the game.
A different look now for Cleveland. Love's checked in for James. Jay Crowder comes in for Smith. And Harris subbed in for Irving. Boston making a switch here.
Kevin, I've got a chance now to look at where the Cavaliers ranked in the NBA last season. First in opponent field goal percentage. Third in scoring. And they were ranked third in team assist. That's elite company in terms of dishing the rock. Setting up other teammates, they do it well.
And Clark, you know this. I mean, anytime you see a team #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage defense, you know they're getting after it. So this is a club that plays extremely hard. They take great pride in their defense. They have a concerted plan, a concerted effort every single night to try to stop the opposing team.
And Boston has possession after the made shot from the waiter. Just 3 to shoot. Stolen away. In transition, here come the Cavaliers. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Plays like that are telling the story of this game for me so far, Clark. They cannot afford to hand over any more easy points like that. Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
There's the feed to Thompson. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Can't connect from short range. And Young with the basket on the assist from Smart.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Here's the waiter. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Well, they've settled into their offense very quickly here today.
Yeah, they're zoned in, making the most out of their possessions here.
And here's Young. Olynyk sets a screen for Young. Shot is blocked. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Thompson outside. There's the dish to Harris. And Thompson kicks to Crowder. Pass to the waiter. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Now the second quarter getting ready to start. Substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao. Tristan Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. The waiter's checked in for LeBron. And Harris subbed in for Smith. Moment here now for an injury report. Now an update on Kyrie Irving from Doris Burke. Doris, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Cavaliers' head athletic trainer. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury. There is no chance of his return to this game, and from the sound of it, gentlemen, he could be out a whole lot longer than just today.
Thanks, Doris. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I don't know, though. I mean, one way or another, it seems to me as though it's going to be a long time before we see him back in uniform.
Yeah, such a shame, guys. You always hate to hear of any player getting injured, and this does not sound good.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Smart and Bradley, the guards. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Young, and it's Myers in at the 4. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, the waiter in the last matchup against the 76ers did some really solid work on the floor. He finished with 15 points, and he was a foul magnet, doing a lot of his damage at the free throw line. Games like that one show why his team has been so strong coming out of the gate. They'd like to maintain this pace all season, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night, Steve, and he didn't disappoint them.
No, he didn't. In fact, he did everything they asked of him and more. And I think he really enjoys being that go-to guy for them.
Yeah, I think he relishes that because he knows he's capable of doing it. He's had some performances that have fortified his confidence in that role. So he's in a good place right now.
Outside Bradley. To the left side wing. To the middle. Stolen by Thompson. There's the pick. Here's the waiter. Guarded by Bradley. Crowder cashes in for a double-digit lead. And it's a 10-point Cavalier lead. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Well, the other thing they've done well is getting after shooters. They've closed out well, and they've really blocked a lot of shots in the half. A moment here now to see the numbers for Smith. Last season's stats for him averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And it's always nice to be able to bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Well, when things get bogged down or clogged up inside, he can step in and open things up with this shot.
Young for three.
Really, this isn't going to get it done for him here. I mean, they're pressing too hard. You can see it. They're tight. They're forcing it. You've got to stay within yourself. They're trying to get the three-point game going, but they're trying too hard, and it's backfiring on them.
Celtics trail by 12. The pass to Mann to stop the run. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Dishes it to Smith. They set the pick. Crowder, the pass to the Waiter. Cleveland moving it around. 4 on the clock. Shot by Crowder, no good. Here's Bradley. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. That'll do it for the...
Hi, Kevin.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. A nice chunk of our offense in the...
The second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Talk about some great numbers for the Waiter. He's got 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Cleveland, the Waiter, he's in at small forward. Mozgov is out there with LeBron James. Then there's J.R. Smith, and it's Dellavedova in at the point. Lets it go from 11. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Thomas. Cleveland's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. James with the bucket.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Pass to Thomas. Kicks it to Bradley. Outside Thomas. Misses off the left iron.
He operates pretty well in traffic, guys, but that was a tough play to finish off.
Here's the Waiter. And again, LeBron James. LeBron's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Love comes in for Mozgov. And Harris subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. 90 seconds now into the second half. Into Johnson. Rebounded by the Waiter. And Clark, we saw a very animated huddle that last break, and I'm sure the coach wanted something specific from his team.
Well, Kevin, this is certainly a key moment for the squad, and he's looking for players to lock into the new game plan and carry it out the rest of the way. That's what he's trying to get across.
Smart's checked in for Boston. Celtics trail by 12. Upside Thomas. And there's the foul. It's on the Waiter. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second first team foul.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Feeds it to Thomas. Clock at 6. Here's Smart. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Crowder's checked in. Passes to Forrest. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. For Boston, they have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
They have a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
And Cleveland making a change here. Varejão's checked in.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
The waiter passes to Varejao. Love dishes to LeBron. Smith outside. Pass to the waiter. Rockets.